man, you guys have been asking for it, so here it is. This is my 2025 altcoin tier list video. I'm going to be going through this list here of altcoins and placing them on the scale between black hole, no comment, all the way up to moon, based on the multiple I think they can achieve by 2025 on their market cap. Now, as a caveat, guys, some of these altcoins, John, I don't know them so well, so I will pop them into no comment because I'm not going to speculate on tokens which I haven't spent that much time on. Okay, so let's kick this off with Aave, a DeFi play. Naturally, DeFi starts to pick up in the midst of a bull market, and again, sitting at about that $1.1 billion mark in market cap. I wouldn't be surprised to see this get up to 20 billion in market cap, between that kind of 15-20 level. I will pop it in here as a 20x. I think that can do quite well. Similarly, you got things like Compound, right? Compound, again, wouldn't be surprised to see that DeFi play do a 10x. You've also got here Curve Finance, will pop that in as a 10x as well. And of course, you got Convex Finance as well, sitting at 300 million. A 10x will get it to 3 billion. A 20x will obviously get it to 6 billion, but again, comfortably a 10x there to get to 3 billion there on Convex. Again, when DeFi is picking up, I would expect to see that start to pop off. No idea why FTX is on this. Let's dump that straight into the black hole, whoever made this. That is shambolic. Let's take a look at a few others. What else have we got here? We got Cardano. Cardano, guys, you know Cardano. Cardano already here in the bear market, sitting at 10 billion, and 10x would have to get it to 100 billion. 20x will get it to 200 billion, which is about the size of Ethereum right now. I think it can do a 20x. They've got to play their cards right. They've got to maneuver right. The market's got to grow, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But I'll pop Cardano here as a 20x. ApeCoin, again, NFTs completely died down in a bull market. I expect to see kind of some of these projects start to pick up again. I'll go ahead and pop this in here as a 10x. Cosmos Atom, this is going to be an important one. I think this narrative could be quite big going into 2025. Interoperability, obviously with what they're working on with the IBC protocol as well. I mean, you're sitting here at 3 billion in market cap. A 10x will get you to 30. A 20x will get you to 60. I have no reason to, I don't know why this couldn't comfortably even 50x, guys. I know it sounds outrageous at kind of 150 billion. We'll pop it in a little bit conservatively, but it's definitely more than a 20x in my opinion. If there was a 30x section here, I'd kind of put it at that level. But go ahead and put Cosmos Atom here. Avalanche, let's take a look at Avalanche. I mean, AVAX is sitting here at 4.5 billion already. A 10x gets you to 45 billion. Do I think it's going to get to 45? I think it can go past 45. Put it somewhere between a 10 and 20x. But they've got to start getting some things right. They do have to start getting some things right. I did a breakdown video of Solana versus Avalanche, which I prefer. Definitely go watch that video as well. And let's take a look at Solana. Solana sitting here at 9 billion. A 10x to get to 90 billion. I think it can comfortably do it. A 20x even to get to that 180 billion. That's going to be the bigger challenge for Solana, really. And I think we're going to go ahead, and you've got, of course, got all that selling pressure on Solana as well. We'll put it here as a 10x here on Solana. It's already, you're going to struggle with all that selling pressure. It'll be hard for Solana. Bitcoin Cash could be an interesting narrative which we see popping off. What is the market cap of Bitcoin Cash? Let's take a look. Bitcoin Cash sitting at 5.5 billion. A 10x to 55. Yeah, I think Bitcoin Cash can do well with the SEC going after a lot of the kind of proof of stake plays in their latest lawsuits. Maybe we start to see forks of Bitcoin starting to do well, right? Bitcoin Single Vision, Bitcoin Cash could be an interesting narrative to see. And along those same lines, let's go ahead and pop Ethereum Classic in this kind of area as well, right? Because Ethereum Classic, let's look at the market cap of it. I mean, Ethereum Classic, you're sitting there at 2.7 billion, and a 10x to get to 27 billion. 20x gets it to 50 billion range. We'll go ahead and put it at 10x, but I could see that again being that proof of work kind of play. Could see it have a bit of a run. Ethereum as the main man. Ethereum, where could we get to on Ethereum? Already sitting at 226 billion. A 10x will take you to 2.6 trillion, guys. And this is where you start stepping into the unknown, right? Because for this to play out, Bitcoin's got to go and do its thing. Bitcoin's got to really start getting into the multi-trillions in market cap, and then Ethereum can start to fill the void behind it. Unless you think Ethereum can decouple, unless you think Ethereum's going to do its own thing, stay away from some of these altcoins and start moving, I'm going to pop it in as a 10x. I think a 10x here on Ethereum is a comfortable kind of prediction here for 2025. You're already sitting at 1800. That will take you to 18,000 per Ethereum token and $2.2 trillion in market cap. Yeah, so I'll put in a 10x there for Ethereum. Binance's coin gonna struggle. I think some of these exchange tokens are going to find themselves in a bit of a pickle, particularly obviously Binance with their ongoing lawsuit with the SEC. I'm going to pop that in as a 5x, but be careful because these kind of coins do run. I remember in 2021 when Binance started running, it just wouldn't stop. It just kept going. Similar vein, I'm going to put the Kronos token there as well. Obviously FTX in the black hole in terms of exchange tokens, so we'll keep that there. Let's now take a look at Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin, obviously we want to go to the moon. This is an altcoin video anyway, so we'll pop that there and assume Bitcoin's going to the moon. Dogecoin, let's take a look at Dogecoin because Dogecoin's market cap is sitting at 9.9 9.1 billion. So you're sitting at 9.1 billion. Do you think it can 10x up to 90 billion? Again, it's a social coin, right? It's a meme coin. It's going to depend on what goes on in that market. And all bets are off when Elon Musk starts tweeting. So I think if you're sitting there saying, can it 10x? I think it can comfortably do so. It could even 20 and 50x, guys, depending on what's going on in the news. We'll leave it there as a conservative 10x. Polkadot, they've got to do better, guys. Really been disappointed here on Polkadot. I've made separate videos on Polkadot. They've had so much potential. And now it's sitting here at 6 billion. Can it 10x? Yes, it can 10x, right? 16 billion is not a lot for the type of project that Polkadot is. So when you're sitting there saying, if they play their cards right, can they 10x? Absolutely. And they can even 20, 50x. I'll put it here as a 20x, but they've got to get their stuff together. Elrond, okay, Elrond, which is now Multiverse X. Where do I think that can go to? They're going to face a bit of a struggle. If we take a look here at Multiverse, already just sitting shy here of a billion. Can it get to 10 billion? Yes. Do I think it's going to do much more than a 5 to 10x? I'm going to pop into 5x for now, not too majorly excited on that project. Ethereum name service, we'll just ignore that, pop that to the end. Filecoin has a lot of potential. I mean, again, Filecoin sitting at 1.85. Can it get to 18 billion? Yes, it can get to 18 billion, but you got to remember this is a utility token. It's not got the same kind of battleground as a layer 1 or layer 0 solution. It's a very niche product, right? So we need to say, okay, 10x, but I'm not going to go crazy and think this can go like a 50, 100x. I think somewhere between a 10 and 20x it could do. Let's pop it into 20x even there. Similarly, Flow, I'm going to put Flow in the no comment. I wouldn't claim to be fully kind of clued up on Flow, and same for kind of ICP. We'll pop that in the no comment for now. Phantom, you guys know I'm a big fan of Phantom. Hugely undervalued in my opinion. Tokenomics look great. We can talk a long time about Phantom. I'm going to go put it at 100x, but they're going to have to deliver things right? We know what's going on with the multi-track hack recently. That's led to a lot of total value being flocked out, so maybe you could be a little bit more conservative and pop it into 50x, but it's got potential to get 100x. Gala Games, let's take a look at Gala Games. Gala's sitting at $500 million here in market cap. Again, a 10x will get it to 5 billion. Gaming tends to move in the latter phases of the bull market, but when it does move, they can go quite crazy. So a 10x, a 20x, I'll pop it into a 20x here on Gala Games. Again, being a platform, they're positioned quite well to benefit from the whole trend moving. I think privacy coins could see an interesting movement. I think we could see things like Monero start to pop off, given what we're seeing around the SEC and kind of trying to kind of choke crypto right at the start of 2023. I could see an interesting 10, 20x narrative on some of these privacy coins, so that will cover off your Monero there. It will also cover off your Zcash as well. Let's pop that in as a 10x. Sandbox, similar story to Gala. I think we can pop that here next to Gala in terms of getting a 20x on the return there. Cadena, now Cadena is an interesting one. Sat at just around 140 million market cap. A 10x is saying, look, just get to 1.4 billion, which is insane to think for a bull market. Now, of course, there are pros and cons about the project which you need to explore, but I could comfortably see this being a little bit of a dark horse again, with a proof of work narrative going on. People starting to think, okay, proof of stake is getting kind of cornered by the SEC. Could Cadena do a cheeky kind of 20 to 58? Let's put it in 50. It could be a cheeky one, guys. Let's now move on to HBAR. Again, another alternative play, right? For people who don't want to invest in standardized blockchains. What if you want to invest in more of a hash graph and have a bit of a hedge in your portfolio? Again, another project which could cheekily deliver you a 50x in a bull market. Kusama, another interesting one. Again, kind of falling off of the hype after Polkadot was doing so well. The sister chain, the cousin chain, whatever you want to call it, sitting at 200 million in market cap. Again, a 10x gets it to 2 billion. I mean, surely it's got to at least deliver a 10x. They'd be very disappointed, the team at Kusama, if they can't kind of get to those levels. Chainlink, another dark horse, been there, seen it, done it. You know, the de facto data oracle play, sitting at market cap of 3.4 billion. A 10x to 34 billion is comfortable. Do I think it can 20x up to 68? Yes. Do I think it's going to do much more? It will struggle. Again, how are they going to generate the hype? How are they going to generate the community? It's kind of just one of those things that people use and they kind of don't, it's not really getting the notoriety that it should do. So we'll pop that there as a 20x. Next up, Litecoin, already at 7.3 billion, guys, in the top 10 here on cryptocurrency, and a lot of people sleeping on Litecoin. Again, I can see this comfortably doing a 10x to 70 billion and maybe even doing bigger, guys. This could be a surprise of the next run up. This could even 20x up into those kind of levels. Let's go put this in the 20x category for Litecoin. A bit of a dark horse crypto, and particularly with the SEC, they've been standing in to benefit from a lot of the kind of attack on cryptos recently. Decentraland Mana, this could be quite controversial, but this one's in the risk of falling into the black hole. And again, if you're one of these narrative plays where you're not really a platform, you're just one use case, it's very possible that by the time 2025 cycle comes through, the next halving has occurred in 2024, that there's other exciting gaming plays and people no longer want to use the metaverse on Decentraland. So this one's at a bit of a risk, in my opinion, here on Decentraland. Polygon Matic, huge potential, layer 2 scaling solution. A lot of people wrote it out and said, oh, once ETH 2.0 comes in, you're in trouble, but continues to remain strong. Matic already sitting at $7.1 billion here. Again, a 10x gets it to 70 billion. I think it will comfortably do that. The question is really, can it get to 140 billion, which will take it to the 20x level mark? I'll put it at like a 15x again, but let's be confident. Let's say they could do a 20x here on Matic. One thing I love about their team over at Polygon Matic is the biz dev. They know how to keep the attention, keep things moving, keep the partnerships going, not just shout about their tech, focus on the tech, but also focus on the partnerships as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Next up, MakerDAO already sitting at 0.8 billion. I don't think it's going to go massively high. Again, put it somewhere between a 10 or a 20x, maybe like a 12x. We'll pop it into 10 just for the ease of this video. OKX, this is their old logo, but no, you know, again, another exchange token. Gonna pop it here. They're gonna struggle. I think exchange tokens are gonna struggle. That's my kind of view on exchange tokens. 4chain Rune sitting at about 300 million in market cap. Again, 10x will take it to kind of that level. A 5x, let's start off with, actually, will take it to 1.5 billion. I think it'll comfortably do that. The real question is, can it get to 3 billion here at a 10x and maybe even 20x, pushing it to kind of like 6 billion? They've got to play their cards right. They kind of, again, fall under the radar, but it is a bear market, and that's the challenge. And will new exciting projects come and eclipse these types of projects like Thorn Rootchain? Shiba, again, similar to the Doge camp, right? Sitting there, they're trying to build utility, they're trying to do things on their network, but again, it's a social coin, right? Can you predict that it's going to go and do 100,000x? Not necessarily, but can it go and do a 5, 10x? Yeah, when the hype comes back in and the money flows back in, it can comfortably deliver these kinds of levels here. Uniswap is now an interesting one, which I think can do really well here. I mean, let's put this into context. Uniswap, the de facto decentralized exchange, is sitting at 3 billion. Binance Coin, the exchange token for Binance, a centralized exchange, is sitting at 38 billion. There's a 10x disparity there, right? I think the trend, given all the SEC lawsuits and the tax we're seeing on exchanges, is going to become harder and harder for exchanges to operate. And I can see more and more of that trading volume moving across into decentralized exchanges. So again, a 10x up to that 30 billion there on Uniswap is comfortable. I could even see Uniswap 100xing from here, guys. Uniswap could be a silent killer here in the next cycle moving upwards. VeChain, another exciting one which I was adding in the previous cycle. Again, disappointed me really, didn't really plug on, started changing what they were working on, never a good sign. Do they have the potential of doing a 2050x? Yes. Do I think they will? I'm going to put them as a 10x, because for them to go and deliver on that with new and exciting projects jumping in as well, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging for VeChain. Okay, now for the XRP fam, 24.8 billion, call it 25 billion already. Can this 10x? Can it 10x to 248 billion? I mean, the resilience of the XR community is immensely admirable. They're making good progress in their case, but it all comes down to that case, right? It's a binary decision of if they win the case or if they don't win the case. And if they don't win the case, you could be seeing XRP fall in the black hole. If they do win the case, you could be heading to the moon, right? So if you're trying to model this and say, where could it end up in? You're probably averaging out somewhere between a 5 and 10x, but the reality is it's either going one way or the other way. And you've got to place your bet based on what you think the judge's outcome is going to be, right? So in the positivity mood that we are in, we'll go ahead and put in 1000x, but again, they've just got to go win the case. And more importantly than just for XRP, they've got to win the case for all of these altcoins, because as we know, the SEC has already targeted 13 altcoins with potentially being a security. So, you know, XRP's got to go and win this battle, and it will help a lot of the altcoins moving forward. Synthetic sitting here at 550 million, again, relying on DeFi, right? When total value locked comes back into the market, when people start using DeFi again, can it comfortably 10x to that 5.5 billion mark? Yes, I think it can. I think it can even do more than that. Maybe even moving a 20x. Do I think it can 50x? That's a bit steep, right? 50x is a bit steep. I'll put it here at about 20x there. And these guys, no comment for Tron, for Tezos, for Ethereum name service. We'll pop those in there. And there you have it, guys. That is my tier list of this selection of altcoins. But hold up. There's one which I've not done just yet, and it's shaded in black here so you can't see it on the diagram, and it is Algorand. Yes, Algorand. Big problems for Algorand, who are right now, as I make this video, in a bit of a crisis moment. If you haven't watched my Algorand video, I'm going to link that up here, and once you watch that video, let me know where you're going to place this. Will it be in the black hole? Can it recover to do a 10x? Right now, they are firmly in the black hole and they're facing a bit of a crisis. But could Cardano, yes, Cardano, who we put here in the 20x, be considering a merger which could drag Algorand along with them? Make sure you go watch that video, and I'll see you in the next one.